You guys were able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, today's concept is filters. Okay, filters generally it works same as just like a servlet. Okay, in order to make one normal Java object as a filter, then we need to provide the implementation for the filter interface. Okay, and this interface is having mainly three methods, just like a servlet: init, do filter, and destroy. So init is the one, it is going to be executed only once whenever we first time hit this particular filter. Okay, whenever we're trying to hit this particular filter, then that time it's going to hit this init method only for the first time. So whichever the objects it is required, just it is going to pick up all those and make it to be available in the web container. So in future, when I'm calling the do filter, there I can able to use the objects which is already be played by init. Okay, and then do filter, it is just like a service method in our servlet. Okay, and this do filter is having the request and the response and then filter chain. Okay, and by default they provide the method signature as like this. It should be having these three parameters. Along with that one, we should throw the exceptions like servlet exception and IO exception. Okay, next in this do filter I can able to write something whatever if I want to do the processing and all. Okay, and finally, you need to pass or you need to get out of this particular filter, right? So for that you need to call chain means here filter chain. Okay, chain dot do filter means same method as like this. Okay, and pass the request and response. Okay, it will pass the request to another filter or another servlet, whichever it is. Okay, but it is just like a chain kind of a one. Means if you are passing as like this, I mean if you are putting as like this, then this same request and response will be sent to the next upcoming servlet or filter, whichever it is. Okay, so that's the reason we are going to call this. For example, if you did some processing, okay, up to here you did some processing and the data is kept under request object. Okay, if I didn't pass this request object to the next page, then what happens in the next page? Again, it will try to search for the particular objects in this request object. If it didn't found, our task will not never completed, right? So that is the reason. What we'll do, we'll pass our request object, current request object to the next, either the filter or JSP or next filter. We can use the filter chain like that. Okay, we can pass. That's the reason I'm calling this chain.do filter. Next, destroy is the one, like whenever you're trying to undeploy your application from the server, then that time web container automatically will call this destroy method to remove this filter object from the web container. Okay, and what is the main advantage of these filters? Filters are the ones generally, like if you want to do some pre-processing. Okay, if you want to do some pre-processing kind of work, then that time we are going to use this filter concept. Means for example, before executing the servlets, I need to do some kind of a processing. I need to do something to be get executed so that it will be helpful for me. The best examples I can say is like logs. Okay, log information. For example, uh, in an application multiple pages will be there. For example, at here, see here, um, see here, index.html is there, 1.html, 1.jsp, like 7 in .jsp, like multiple pages are been available. Okay, consider as an example, I hit this index.html. Okay, so if I use this filter concept, then what happens is like at the time of starting the index.html in the logs, it is going to put the information saying like index.html is started. Okay, and then while index.html is executed, after the index.html is completed, then it is going to show an information saying like index.html took this much time to complete this. Okay, and for example, next it will go to the one.jsp file. Okay, while executing this one.jsp file, just before we're going to execute this filter, so that in the log information it is going to show the information saying like this one.jsp is about to start, like that. Okay, once the one.jsp started, it will, while executing, consider something happened. It is like taking a lot of time. Okay, it's taking a lot of time, and finally we got an exception, and we come back again in the log filter. We put some exception catching kind of a techniques, or we'll do something, or in future it will be helpful for us to know where exactly it is taking lot of time, because we are going to display the time also at here if we need. Okay, you can display how much time the particular page took, like that. Okay, based upon that we can decide what is the problem, are we connected to the outside network or whatever it is. I mean, in real time projects I'm saying. Okay, in those cases it will be helpful for us. Not only log information, as I said, like before executing some particular for example, if I want to execute particular servlet or JSP, before that I need to do some pre-processing kind of work. Then at that time we'll go for this filters concept only. Okay, let us see this best example here. So which one is having the init parameter and do filter and then destroy. And as usual, just like a servlet, we need to configure this filter in a web.xml compulsorily. Okay, should compulsorily declare in web.xml. See, in place of the servlet declaration, just I'm using the name called filter. The two tags are there. Okay, filter naming, just like servlet naming. Okay, next same filter mapping is having the filter name and then URL pattern. Okay, and then at here it is also having the same name, filter name and then filter class. Right now, okay, I'm using the log filter right now. This is the one log filter, right? So that's the reason in the filter class I'm giving the full package details. I mean, comskanda filter and log filter. Okay, and this is the name. How it gets to by using this. Okay, here I have given the filter pattern as like this, means /star. Star means like previously we used to give particular URL like 1 2 3 like this, but right now I'm trying to give as a star. The reason behind is like when we give a star, every page every page is going to get executed, right? That time before executing that particular page, this log filter is going to get executed. Okay, by default, means whatever the page you are hitting, this log filter will execute. That's the, I mean, that's the reason I'm trying to place star at here. Okay, same as the servlets, here filters also been having the init parameters. Okay, init param, and which is having the param name and param value. Okay, and just I'm giving some test param and the param value as the log filter test param here. Okay, as I said, there will be a filter chain we can able to prepare. Means one filter can call the another filter like that. But how this one will works? See here, I have created another filter called auth filter. Okay, auth filter is implementing the filter same as like that. Just is hang the init method, do filter method, and destroy method. Okay, and see here, observe clearly in the log filter. Okay, in the log filter, once my processing is done in this do filter. Okay, once my processing is done, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to call do filter, and request and response will be passed. Actually, to speak, if there is no follow-up filter, then it will go and hit the whichever the browser, whichever the page that you are looking for. Okay, but see here, according to the web.xml, it will flow. Okay, how you, which one first comes first, which one comes next, like that. This one is pattern like that. Okay, see, after this one, do we have any filters at here? Yes, there is a filter description after this, right? After the log filter, we're having another filter description that is called auth filter. That is the reason whenever you call the do filter, it will first go and search the web.xml file. In the web.xml file, after my log filter description, do we have any other filter descriptions present? Yes, it is present. That is called as auth filter. Then it will go and hit the auth filter. Okay. As usual, it is having an init param which will be get executed only once, either the first time or like okay, and then this one is having the do.
Here, Mani, I
Yeah, yeah,
have the question.
yeah.
You said when it reaches in this chain dot do filter,
Mm-hmm.
it goes to the web.xml and searches if there is another filter
Yes. Yeah.
declaration there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about if there are like more than one? Does it go one by one sequentially?
Exactly. It will follow the which one first comes, which one comes next, second, like that. For example, right now, two are there, right? Okay, let me try to prepare another one. Oops. Just for your understanding, I'm putting some other filter called password filter. Consider. Okay. See here, once the log filter execution is done, okay, it will come to the web.xml. It will just try to follow which one is coming next. Okay, this one, right? Auth filter. So simply it will go and execute the auth filter. And then after executing this auth filter, at the end, okay, at the end we are having the do filter, right? Now again we will come back and see, do we have any other filter? Yes, password filter is there. Then execute it. Execute the do filter tag in the password filter. Okay. Okay. Once this is done, in the same way, password filter is having the do filter chain, right? Consider here it came to the end, but after this one there were no filters at all, right? Now then what happens is like it will go and hit the page which we are looking for actually. Okay, for example, I'm trying to hit the page called one.jsp file. Okay, filters main concept itself, before executing this particular page, if I want to do some kind of processing, then that is the main advantage of the filters. It will do accordingly. Okay, so once this processing of the filters is done, it will just by default and come ahead and hit the one.jsp. Okay, that is the reason. In the last filter chain, it will try to search for it. Do we have any next filter after this one? No, we don't have any. Then it will go and call the one.jsp filter. While calling this one.jsp filter, it will pass the request and response object to this one, so that in any case, if you did some work related to the request object, like you did something and you stored some data in the request object, okay, and we can able to access the same request object at here, and we can able to do some action. Okay, that is the reason it is calling this as like this chain do filter, and we are passing the request and response at here. Okay,
Here one thing here also, you said when the list of the filters is finished in the web.xml, it goes back to the one.jsp because these filters are implemented when we want something to be done before a main page.
yes, yeah.
So like, is this one.jsp like, are you explaining just for the sake of an example? What I'm thinking is, how will it know that it will load one.jsp next? Why not, for example, two.jsp or I'm thinking if we are going to connect it in the other code. I don't know. The question is like, how will it know to load one.jsp immediately after
Okay.
the filters are finished?
Okay, yeah. See, in the actually in the URL you are trying to hit as like this, right? See, for example, this is the URL. Okay, you place this URL, just try to hit the enter. Okay, then it gets to know we need to hit the one.jsp, but before hitting the one.jsp, it will try to go and search in the web.xml, do we have any filters? Okay, do we have any filters? Okay, yes, some filters been available, and it will go and search for the path. For example, if I give the path as one.jsp only at here in the URL pattern, okay, then this log filter will be get executed only for the one.jsp, specific for the one.jsp. Okay, or we are having our servlet. Okay, s1 servlet, consider. Okay, only for the s1 servlet this filter will be get executed.
Okay.
Okay, consider example, if I put the star, then what happens? Whichever the page it is, either it is a servlet or JSP or whatever it is, before executing that, just execute this. filter. That's what we're trying to say here.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start it and we'll see one simple example so that we'll get a little bit more idea. Okay, by default index.html will be hit because in our page index.html is there, right? So by default it is going to hit the index.html. So that is the reason. Okay, let us go and see the console at here. Now observe clearly, we are getting some text messages like log filter test param, auth filter test param, next log filter test param, log filter test param, right? Let us go and see from where this text message is coming. First we'll go to the log filter. Okay, now observe here this is the text message we are trying to display there. Okay, this is the text message we are trying to display there. Okay, now see, this is the test param and we are getting this test param from the init param, nothing but it will go and check the web.xml. In the web.xml, do we have any init parameters with the key and value, means init param name and init param value. And in order to access this we need to give the name, right? So that's the reason I'm giving config dot get init parameter. I'm giving the name just like a servlets in the init method, how we are going to get the init parameters, right? Same way at here.
Yeah.
I'm getting the test init param, just I'm trying to display it. So actually to speak, if you observe clearly, before the before the processing is done, this init method will be get executed. Okay, before the processing is done itself, I mean I didn't even hit, actually here the server startup is completed. Before the server startup is completed, it is executing the init methods. Okay,
Yeah.
now come back to the UI, try to hit one page. We'll see one page which is okay. Now come back here, just try to now go here. See here, log filter is executed first. Okay, and then it is doing some processing and is showing some log output here, and then after that auth filter is executing, and finally my output of 1.jsp I got it, right? Hello, we are in 1.jsp. Actually I tried to hit for 1.jsp, but before hitting the 1.jsp, what it did, first it hit the log filter and then it hit the auth filter. So let us go and see what is there in the log filter. In the log filter, see, just there is a method in the request object already that is called get remote address. Okay, that's the reason it is trying to display the 127.0.0.1 as a remote address of me. Yeah, this is my local address, right? And then I'm trying to display the date. Okay, new data to string. So that's the reason it is trying to display the, just this is the log message sysouts system.out.println, and the same case for the auth filter. Here it is trying to print the, we're in the auth client mission, auth filter client mission, and it's trying to display the IP address and then date and time. So that's the reason I can able to see this log filter and then auth filter, means before executing our 1.jsp, this one is executed, right? Now we'll see. I just hit the 3.jsp. See here, this is just came now. If you want, you have doubt, just 7:24 is the time. 7:24 is the time. Okay. So when I try to hit for the 3.jsp, same case for the 3.jsp also. Before executing this 3.jsp, it just came to the log filter, then executed the do filter tag, and then after that it will went to the auth filter. Once the auth filter is done, it just went to the 3.jsp and displayed the output. So the main advantage of this filters is like, if you want to do some pre-processing kind of a job before performing some action, then that time we are going to use these filters. Any doubts on this one, filters concept?
Like, can you tell us typical applications of these filters?
Typical applications means where exactly we're using, you're saying?
Yeah.
Uh, See this is my real-time application, web.xml file. Okay, this is having both the filters as well as the servlets. Okay, for example, if I try to hit one servlet called B2B controller, then what happens? It will come and execute all these filters. Okay, this is B2B password SSL filter, means nothing but it will try to protect my password. Okay, I mean it is going to do the authentication. It's having password already been once we logged in. Okay, it will just try to authenticate me whether I'm an existing user or a new user, like that. Just for that kind I'm using this, and this is the log filter which shows my logs. Just now I shown you, right, here, just as like this. So this is the one which shows my logs, and depends upon my application. My application is having some other things also, secured access filter. Okay, whether it is security been applied or not. XML layout filter, I need to get the parsing of the XML layouts to objects, Java objects. Okay, some other works are been there. So all this, see, this is the one which is trying to get the database connection for me, make it to be available in the request object, so that I can able to access from the request object from there. So like that, before going to hit my main application, just I need to I need to execute all these every time. See, that's the reason. See here what I have given, star.do. Actually this is a struts framework, that's why we're using star.do. Okay, don't get confused with this. Okay, so that's just try to remember, the star means every page in my application, whenever it is hitting, okay, it is trying to execute all the SSR filter, transaction filter, logging filter, contextual, XML layout, all this. So that's the way I'm trying to make my pages to be like, get executed. Because if, in case if I didn't execute all these filters, then what happens is like, see here, I'm trying to validate the password at here. No, it may not be done, because if I compromise at here, then what happens? Security will be get compromised in my application. Okay, and this is the one, like, I'm trying to read some XMLs and make the objects to be available, so that I can able to use in particular pages if needed. Okay, either we can give all the pages, or we can give just a star. Star is good enough, so that whenever we got the pattern as like this, XML layouts for whatever the value, then it automatically will go and execute this by XML filter. So this is how we are going to use in real time.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And any doubts?
I think it's clear from my side.
Okay. Okay, and then I will move to the next concept called
But before, I had one question from the previous lessons. I just was practicing the servlet, so about if you remember, you explained it well, the difference between servlet config and servlet context.
Exactly. Yeah.
Servlet config is one servlet level access.
Yes.
But servlet context is available to all servlets.
Yes.
Within a single web.xml. What the example that we did is like that. Like this was the example that we was the servlet context. It was available in all the servlets explained in the web.xml.
Okay. In the web.xml,
But
you.
what I was thinking is, can one project should one project have just one this web.xml, or can we have like more than
No,
one
only.
web.xml? This I didn't understand that concept.
Okay. In a project, we're going to have only one web.xml. We don't have any multiple. Okay.
Oh,
Because
okay.
this is how the web container gets to know. Web container search for the webinf folder. Inside the webinf folder, it tries to search for the web.xml. So that's the reason we're going to call it as web.xml as a deployment descriptor. Okay. In case in future, if you need it, then for example, if I am working with my struts application, okay, struts is also been going to have its own configuration file called struts-config.xml file. Okay, but before executing this struts configuration file, first web.xml will be get executed. Okay, in the web.xml, I am trying to pass the struts configuration file, so that again they're going to parse the struts configuration file to Java objects, and they're going to do some pre-processing. So just forget about all this. Compulsorily in Java, if it is a Java web project, it should compulsorily execute the web.xml. If you try to give any other name, it never
Never
understands
works.
what is this and all. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. By the way, do we use this concept of servlets, JSPs, all this web.xml, the project structure, for developing web-based projects, or can we use them for others?
Mean? Can you tell me once again?
There are we know that there are web-based projects, like projects that are done with this HTML,
Yeah,
CSS,
yeah, 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 yeah.
Java, and there are also projects that are only done in Java, I think.
Java means they should
Like
compulsorily follow the
standalone.
structure. No, they should compulsorily follow the structure. Okay, compulsorily. There is no alternative way here. It is a enterprise application. If you are doing the project with the Java means you should compulsorily follow this structure.
Okay, so all projects developed in Java have the servlets and JSPs in them.
Yes, compulsorily. That's the way the web container behaves, right? I mean, that's the way that web container gives the result. If okay, remember it as like this. Whenever you're using the servlets concept in your project, then there should be compulsorily web.xml and all this structure should be there. Okay, in future, if any other things comes instead of the servlets, then their other container will be available. So accordingly, we're going to make the structure. So if you're trying to work with web container, this is the structure we need to follow. Web.xml, webinf, all this.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. See, this is my real-time application. Okay, this is the web app source under this not source webinf, right? Under the webinf, I'm having my web.xml at here. See, it should be compulsorily be present under the webinf folder. Okay, maybe here they made it to be a little confused, but at the time of building, it is going to follow up our own structure only. So that sometimes whenever preparing the real-time projects, will abstract something so that developers itself may not be understanding something sometimes. Okay, that's the reason he tries to put inside of it web apps, somewhere source folder, and inside of web INF like that. Okay, don't be get confused with this. At the time of building project, it will like place it in according correct way when you are using the build.xml. Next, we'll go to the next concept called JSTL, Java Standard Tag Library. Okay, Java Standard Tag Library. Okay, this one actually will be like before understanding this, if we understand the custom tags, then JSTL is very easy. Okay, already predefined tags will be there. Just read them, understand the description, just and use them in real time. That's how the JSTL works. But what you need to understand is custom tags. Before preparing this JSTL, what they did, internal operation. If you understand this, JSTL is very easy to understand. Okay, let us see one simple example at here. I'm taking one Java file as hello tag. Okay, and this is the hello tag. Okay, if I'm working with the tags concept, then I need to compulsorily implement this simple tag support. Okay, I need to provide the implementation of this simple tag support so that it gets to know we're working with the tags, because internally it is having its own some other functionality it provides by default for us, where it abstracted it here. That's why so you compulsorily use this hello tag. Okay, and in this one we have to provide the implementation for the just do tag. Okay, you guys were not going to work with this actually. Okay, this is at a framework level actually to speak, but it is good if you know the concept. That's why I'm trying to tell this. Okay, okay, internally they are going to write some do tag, and they're taken one JSP writer, and I'm just trying to print blindly whatever it is out.println of text at here. Okay, so we go to the web apps. I'll select one project called Skanda. I have taken one JSP called hello.jsp. Okay, see here. So as I said, right, let us see this simple example so that I will explain the concept then, but that is a better way I think. Let me stop this server. I will go and start the manual server. My project is present in the manual project, so I will start this manual one. So my file name is hello.jsp. I'm doing something there. Let us see after this one is done. Hello custom tag. I got this hello custom tag. Let me go and see. Okay, not here. Let me go and see my hello.jsp. What is this hello.jsp? Okay, forget about this. This one is having some tag lib and prefix and URI. I'm not even cared about right now. And this one is having some HTML tags. Up to here, I'm clear because these are normal HTML tags. And after this part is also I'm clear. Then what about this? I'm using HE and then hello. I'm not doing anything here, but still I'm getting a message saying like hello custom tag. How am I getting? Okay, something is happening. Okay, let us see. There, okay, he is calling HE and then hello. Okay, and then if you see here, there is a tag lib. Okay, directive page, three kinds of directives will be available, right? Page directive, include directive, and tag lib directive. I said like I will discuss about this last. So right now I'm discussing about this tag lib directive. Okay, So there is a taglib directive. Yeah, I understood this is kind of a directive, and prefix nothing but, okay, he's trying to put the, whenever he's trying to use the tags, then he's trying to use the prefix name as he. That's the reason it is just a kind of a reference name. Yeah, I understood about this. Next, what is this? URI, uniform resource identifier. Okay, he's giving URI and then giving the path of a TLD file. Okay, something called hello.tld file which is present inside the web file, right? Let us go and see what is this. Okay, hello.tld file is there. Okay, he's doing something. Let us open and see what is there. Okay, he's using some tags called taglib, and then okay, he's trying to put some versioning information. Okay, I'm not even cared about this. Okay, short name is just trying to give the name of this, and then hey, some tag is there. Yeah, what is this tag? Okay, tag is having some name, and tag is having some class. Okay, and then some body content empty. Just forget about this. Now tag is having some name, hello. Oh, come back to my hello.jsp. Hello. This hello is matching to this hello in the tag. Okay, if you come inside the tag, this name is matching to this one. So
Yeah.
yes, it is. Now, yeah, it is matching. Something is happening. It is trying to do some processing in a hello tag, right? It is trying to do some processing in a hello tag. This is a kind of a class file, tag class file. So let me go and see, open this Java file. Hello tag Java file. Yes, this is hello tag Java file. Yes, this hello tag is implementing the simple tag support, and it provides the implementation for some simple do tag. Here for this one, just he has taken one JSP writer. Okay, just like a print writer, and he's trying to print the value. Okay, now this class will come back to TLD file. From the TLD file, it says like whenever he uses the hello tag, just as like this, then just try to print the value like hello custom tag. That's what here I am trying to say. So that's the reason it's trying to display hello custom tag. Okay, now let us go a little bit depth. Okay, let us try to understand a little bit more concept, like what is this. Okay, I don't want to display as like this. I want to display it as inside the let us take another example. Okay, now there is a hello body is there. What is this hello body? Let us go and see. Okay, as usual, he's having some taglib as a base directive. Prefix nothing but wherever I'm using this taglib prefix, then there I can use this prefix, and then which is having some URI webinf hello body.tld file here, right? Let us go and see this. What is hello body.tld? Okay, this is a common information taglib that we gets to know. Yes. Okay, this is a version information I'm least care about right now. Okay, so there is a tag here. Tag is having the name. Okay, let me go and see JSP file. Hello, this name is matching with the tag name here. Name here under the name whichever is present. I am trying to put it here. Yes, it is matching. Right now, see the tag class file. In the tag class file, he is trying to call one class called hello body. Oh, so let us go and see what is this hello body and what is there inside. As usual, this hello body is a normal Java file. When he implemented the tags of simple tag support, then it will become a tag supportable one. Okay, now as usual, he implemented one tag called do tag, and then he written some piece of code to invoke with a string writer, and then he's trying to print whatever it is present inside of it. Now come back to the TLD file. Okay, come back to the TLD file and see the compare it with the before one. Sorry, not this one. Hello.tld. Body is here. I am trying to say under the body. In the previous I am trying to say empty, but in the current scenario I'm trying to say body content is scriptless. Okay, and due to this reason, so whatever it is present inside the hello body.jsp, for example, inside the hello body.jsp, just whatever it's I'm trying to place, it will just print as it is. Okay, now let us see this example hello body.jsp. We are in hello body section. Oh, let us go and see. Yes, this is a JSP file. I am using we are in hello body section. Oh, it is working as like this. Okay, whatever it is present at here, just trying to print we are in hello body section. Okay, now but actually how it is working, to make it to be work, first I kept this hb hello and then hb hello here. So it will go and search in the hello body.tld file. In the tld file I'm trying to call one class file. Okay, in the class I'm trying to do some processing, like just trying to get the body whichever it is present in the body. Okay, and make it as a response same. Okay, whichever it is present in the body, just make it as a response. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why it is trying displaying the same in the hello body section. Okay, we'll see another example, bit more understanding. Okay, come back here and try to check for, like, there is another one called custom.jsp file.
If you can repeat this one also, that'd been good. Like I didn't follow you, like I got lost somewhere.
you you lost somewhere. Okay, see here, I'm using custom.jsp. I'm actually been explaining 2-3 examples here so that, like, we get see, just understand the process. That's it, how it is calling, why it is calling tld file, and why it is calling the Java related Java file. Okay, so that we get to know JSTLs easily. Java Standard Tag Library. Okay, and here I'm using the custom.jsp file. Okay, and for this one actually I'm using custom.tld file. Okay, let me go and see this custom.tld file, how the description is present in custom.tld file. Okay, this is the tag lib, which is the root. Okay, and this is the information about the tag lib. And then yes, I'm cared about the tags. So these are the tag names whichever I can able to use it in my UI application, right, in the custom. So where I can able to use hello. Yes, so what is the name of this? How can I use this? HB name, right? So let me try to put as like this, HB colon, what is the name described in the TLD file? Hello, right? Just try to put the same name as it here, HB. Hello. Yes, I closed it. And now let us go and see what kind of support it is giving. I can able to put an attribute and I can able to display. Oh, really? Let us go and see. Message. We are in hello tag message section. Now let us go to the UI and try to print this. We are in hello tag message section. So how it is working? See, previous case I have seen for the body section. I am trying to print the value for the body, right? Now in the current case I am trying to print the value in the attribute for this one, just like message is having some value, right? Just like an XML file. Let us go and see what kind of a coding that he did so that it is working fine. Same as usual, custom tag is providing the implementation for simple tag support. Okay, and after that, for example, right now I'm using the message as an parameter, so that's why he is using message as a one property at here. Okay, and this message is having one setter method. Okay, it's trying to put the value. So for that one, he uses one setter method, and then as usual from the starting, he's using some string writer to respond, make it back, and then he's trying in the do tag support, in the do tag here, it will try to search for the message. Means it will try to get this value from the tld file. It will go and search from the tld file. Actually when we try to hit this custom.jsp file, right, what happens, it will go and hit the tld file, right? It will go and hit the tld file. In the tld file, now this message is having some value, right? Now it will go and see message is not equal to null. Yes, it is not equal to null. Then just take that JSP writer and try to print that particular message in the output. So that's the reason it's trying to print this particular message. Okay, so what is the use of these custom tags is like, in order to reduce the burden for the developer. Okay, they want to make it simplify. Okay, if they want to make the project as a simplify, then that time they're going to use these custom tags. So those custom tags are named it as a Java standard tag library, JSTL. Okay, so by default we are having some TLD files, or you can say some packages already been available. One is called as a core package. Okay, this is called as a core package, and then format FMT kind of a package. Okay, and then SQL. Okay, then XML, and finally functions. These are the ones JSP by default they provided, means they already written the TLD file and related Java file. Okay, they already written the TLD file and related Java file. Okay, and then we can use any name at here. Actually, to speak, it is kind of recommended. By default they given it as a C, so that's the reason it will be easy for the you develop some piece of code. In the next coming developer, if I tries to see the code, if he sees like it will be different, then he'll get confused, right? So in order to remove the confusion, just people are using the same C language, means not C language, C here. Okay, prefix as a C. You can use any name out here. Okay, CH. If I'm using the CH, then everywhere I need to use CH like that. Okay, just it's one identifier name, that's it. There is no importance for here prefix name. Okay, and then see here, instead of giving the webinf TLD file, I'm trying to give one URL location, right? I'm trying to give one URL location. Then what happens is like, it will actually, the TLD file is present in this particular location. Okay, TLD file is present in this particular location in real time. Okay, so they were having some, okay, we'll see some examples so that you guys get to know more understanding about this. That's even better for me. Okay, now let me go and check the condition. Modified many things. Process.jsp file, just having some other information. Okay, kept it here. Now come back to the one.jsp. Just save this, close this, save this in one.jsp. Just I'm trying to place one simple piece of code so that you guys can understand easily. For writing all this, it takes a long time. That's why I already been be ready with this. Many examples are there. That's why. Okay, one.jsp, and then trying to take process.jsp file. Okay, better I will remove this. Okay, let us use one simple tag C colon out value is equal to core tag example. Okay, process.jsp. Okay, now My server is started. Let me go and start the one.jsp. I will explain you, don't worry guys. I copied the same what here looks like. Okay, I'm taking one simple one.jsp file. This is nothing but a normal HTML file. Okay, and this HTML file is having one form and having one input tag here. For this one, name as a text field. See company name. This is the one. So this is normal HTML file. There is no importance not here. Actually, to speak, it's not even to be required. This piece. Okay. Now, when I hit the enter submit button, it will go and hit the process.jsp file. Okay. In the process.jsp file, I have declared the tag lib with URI, core, and prefix as a C. Okay. Now I am trying to use some tags which are been given by this. I'm trying to print. Let us see it here. I'm trying to give the value as Durga. Just click on go. See, we got the two kinds of text messages. One is we are in process page core tag. How it came? Okay, how it came? Because there is already a predefined tag. Okay, C colon out or for depend name is depends upon. Just I will use C here. Okay, name is like depends upon. If you give the different name at here, you can give the different name for this prefix. Okay. Okay, now there is already a TLD file present in this particular location, core location. Okay, when this particular piece of line got executed, okay, when this particular piece of line got executed, then the description of this out is already present in that particular TLD file. Okay, the description of this out is already present in the TLD file. In that out, just as like this, for example, we have seen just now, right? There is a tag. Inside the tag, whenever you are using, if in this place, just use out. Okay, for this out they've written some functionality. Okay, so whenever you are using C colon out, it will go and search for the TLD file. Okay, where in this particular location, wherever I have given in the URI, right, it will go and search in this particular location for the TLD file. Okay, in that particular in that location, it will in the TLD file it will try to search for the tag name called out. When it founds, then it will try to search for the attribute name, just as like this. For example, we'll see the custom.tld. Am I using the attribute here? Same way, there is attribute. There they given value. Okay, where they have given as a value. Okay, okay. Now it will try to search for the value attribute is present in this particular out tag. Yes, there is a value attribute present. Then they've written some piece of code. Whatever the value it is present, just try to display the same in UI. Just as in our current example. See here, when message is not equal to null, then just try to print the message as it is in the last example. In the same way, when the value is there, just try to print the value as it is. Okay, we'll see another example. There is another tag called if condition, and it is having one attribute called test. Okay, and then see here, I'm actually been using the EL expression. Okay, yesterday we discussed about the EL expressions, right? How to call those. Param means it will try to get the value from the param values, right? And that company name is nothing but name of this. And trying to compare, put a condition under the test saying like param name, this one is equal to Durga or not. If so, then display this text message. So this is for a if condition. Instead of writing normal if conditions, right? In general, how to write the if conditions? This is the way, right? In this piece of code, I'm trying to write some piece of code like, request dot get meter of company name dot equals Durga, then try to set one value. Okay, here I'll take one writer object out dot print and try to write some text message to display in UI. Okay, instead of writing all this piece of code at here, they given some tag information. Sir, there is a if tag is already been available under the core. Okay, under this core, so just use this if already attribute is present called test. Okay, under this test use the EL expressions or whatever, just try to compare it with your value. If the condition is true, just do whatever the process that you want. Okay, got this point or
Yeah,
confusion?
so
Like this we're having some other tags also, like for example, out is the one which tries to print the value, right? And set is the one for setter functions. Remove is like try to remove something. Catch is just like try catch. Okay, if something is got exception, then try to catch that. If condition one just now we seen. Choose is the one in normal how to write the Java piece of code for choose. Instead of that, if you're using the JSP, then please try to use this particular tag called choose, C:choose. And same as when condition and otherwise, all these examples are almost just like a Java only. Okay, core Java only, but here we are trying to use according to the JSTLs. Means their main intention is they want to remove this particular scriptlets from the JSP. Okay, they want to remove the scriptlets from the JSP. Means Java code should not be present in the JSP file. Okay, everything like just looks like a JSP. It is having its own format of displaying the values. We should not follow the core Java coding techniques in the JSP. That's what their main intention. They want to remove the scriptlets here. Okay, that's the reason they implemented these out tags. See, actually in order to print this value, what I need to do, first I need to get the print writer object. From the print writer object I need to print all this. Then they said like, okay, please don't use all those, try to use me C out, so that it will print the value. Okay, so like this, actually to speak, in the under this tag library, okay, totally 5 kinds of TLD files are available by the JSP. One is for the core, another one is format, SQL. If you are working with the core functionality, you are going to get all these. Okay, for each function, for tokens, param, all these. Okay, if you are working with the format, for example, if you want to format the number where you get it as a string and you need to format it as according to the number format, then at that time I'm going to use this tag. Parse the number, I want to convert from one format to another format. Okay, format the date, whichever the date I got from the UI is string format, I had to convert it to according to the date format. Then at that time I'm going to use this parse date and bundle, set locale, okay, time zone. Okay, don't worry guys, these things will get to know once you people started the frameworks. Okay, there we discuss more about all this. Okay, this is just kind of an introduction. The in future we guys are going to use the presentation logic as just like this. Instead of using the Java piece of code, we are going to use this C outs and all. Okay, and then if I'm working with the XML, then I need to use this kind of a format tags. Already they given the description about all these tags, just I need to use. And then if I'm trying to work with SQL, then I can able to use by default existing functions which are been given by the JSTL, Java Standard Tag Library. They given already all these functions, just I need to use these so that it will function accordingly. Okay, any doubts in this one?
it's okay. Yeah,
It's
it's
just kind of an
clear.
introduction concept, right? It's like we're not going that much in depth. That's why like
Okay.
this piece of code JSTL is like you guys need to practice once. Just try to practice with this simple C out so that you get to know. Before working with this, just try to use this first in the JSP file. Use the tag lib directive, and which is having the two attributes URI and prefix. URI is the one which tries to search for the TLD file. Okay, URI is the one which tries to search for the TLD file, and prefix is the one, it's nothing but just name, whatever the name I'm trying to use in my particular file. For example, I'm using this process.jsp file, right? If I want to use the tags in this, then I need to use just an identifier name. When I use this, it will just pick up this C prefix and try to search for, okay, this is C. Now let us try to go and hit the core. Okay, consider I'm having the multiple tags, it will be get confused, right? For example, I'm having the format FMT. Okay, for this one I'm using different prefix FMT, so that if I'm working with a FMT, then I'm going to work it as like this FMT and whatever the tag name. Just give me a minute. Okay. So for example, if I'm working with this FMT, then I need to use prefix as FMT. Whatever the tag name it is, just use accordingly. See, under this FMT we're having some tags, right? Format number is there. Okay, for parts number. It's each tag is having its own description there. Just use accordingly whatever they said. Like, okay, you can use it as like this, which is having attributes as like this. If you see the API, then you get to know. Okay, this is actually like, kind of an abstraction for the user, or like, in order to make the developer to work it easy. But main thing that you guys need to know how the custom tags will work. Okay, whenever you are using this particular tag at here, this tag is will go and check for the TLD file. From the TLD file, we'll go and check for the class file. Okay, this is what the information that actually to speak requires. Okay, working with this kind of a simple functionality is like, not that much tedious job. You can work it, no issues. What is there, just they have given, just use them accordingly. They will tell you the description how to use this, use it, that's it. Okay, internal functionality has been required for us, how it works actually. Okay, any doubts on this one?